let's get the other camera on. So, what we're gonna do, welcome to the class, blah, 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 blah. I'm Liam TW, Ian Ward, yeah, all for charity, blah, blah, blah. So what we're gonna do with this workout, first of all, is we're gonna do something that is all about how you can do a bodybuilding workout with very light weight. So I made a video it's on my channel, of how you can actually make weights of a similar weight that are from water bottles and bags for life that you can just get in a shop. So here's one I prepared earlier. So that's what they look like. I haven't emptied those out. They're still the same sort of weight as they were the last time I was using them. So yeah, gonna do that. But it's a bodybuilding workout for basically just your arms and your shoulders, and then finishing off, I'm gonna do this cardio thing called the Tabata Workout, which if you go on to BBC's Horizon, about the truth about exercise, it's got a shitload of health benefits. It's amazing, and it lasts 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes of maximum effort. It's very hard, requires a small warm-up, but yeah, it's immensely difficult, but has huge benefits to all sorts of things. Long distance running, it's mad. Look at the Horizon documentary on it. It's very good. Now, one thing that I'm going to mention first is that I've worked in the fitness industry for ages, and they advertise Tabata training, and they have them doing things like burpees and overhead presses, and it simply can't work because you can't do 100% for 20 seconds with a burpee. You just can't. You can't move around fast enough like that, so you can't actually get up to that. Similarly, you can't actually sprint. If you were to track, you couldn't sprint because it takes time to increase your speed and decrease your speed. It's not about that. It's about 10 seconds of rest and then bang, 20 seconds of absolute effort. So you can do it on a bike, or you can do it with high knees or with mountain climbers. That's what I'm going to do. But you need to warm up for it, so we're going to kind of cheat, and we are going to warm up for it using upper body weights, which is going to make it slightly harder because you need to use your arms to stabilize your body, but we're going to do our basic warm up now. Also, the camera angle on this is going to be a bit poo because the live stream is being done through a laptop because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so if you're watching this and you want to make a difference and you're not already subscribed, you can help. But there is a camera, my phone is being run at the same time, so that there will be one of better quality that I'll put up at pretty much at the same time. So if you're watching this and it's not live and you want a better one, there's a better one on my channel somewhere. It'll be uploaded around the same time. So starting off, like I was saying, this is all about making light weights heavy, and we're just going to go through a small warm-up first. So we're going to go through the 4 exercises, which is a bicep curl. Then the next one is going to be an overhead press, then a lateral rise. So I'll just do sort of the negative part of that, and then what's the last one? Oh yeah, tricep kickback. So down, you want to die, and extending your arms out and back, and we're just going to go through the rotation of the exercises in one sort of smooth motion to warm ourselves up. And good God, I hope I don't drop these weights. I haven't exercised in a while, upper body wise, so she's playing with fire. So again, here's the forward version of it. Try to keep your body as parallel to the ground as possible, because if you rise up, which is what you'll want to do for ease on your back, you're not really going to be doing much. And with your tricep kickbacks, try to hold them at the top for a second, because remember, we are doing this is purely for bodybuilding, for hypertrophy training. So we're trying to keep the way you make light weights heavy for bodybuilding is you just focus on something called time under tension. And if you can add into it, I don't know how much research there is on it, but I don't think it would do much harm. You can do what Arnie used to do, which is, what did he call it? The mind in the muscle, so that you are thinking about, like, you're not just using the weights to move the weights around, you're using the weights to make the muscle flex. So you're not trying to, the job isn't lifting the weight is there as a tool to squeeze your arm. So that's what Arnie's mentality was about it. Now, again, I don't know how much that's based on research, But Arnie knows a little bit or two about bodybuilding, just a smidge. He actually wrote the first books on the anatomy of bodybuilding. Some of it turned out to be incorrect, but he just did it himself. He went, oh, he's Italian guy. I can't remember what his name is now. Nah, it doesn't spring to mind. He used to live with him and all. But yeah, so they worked together and they would go into the gym and they would just read Arnie's book, by the way. Read I can't remember what it's called, but his book is just amazing. It's so good. Reps, reps, reps. But what they were talking about in the book was that they would they'd go in and not part of their program, but just to find out what exercises work what muscles if they wanted to focus on them later on. They would just find some new exercise, some weird exercise that I never did before, and they would just do it all day long and just find out what muscles hurt the next day, and then they'd write it down in notes, and they did it on all sorts of things, and then through that they worked through, and they studied anatomy as well. His housemate ended up being one of those doctors that focuses on the spine, chiropractor. He ended up being a chiropractor, so they both know their anatomy quite well. And so that's what they would do. First of all, they would do their research, learn what the names of the muscles were, then they would go in, find an exercise that worked those muscles, take them down in notes, and then later they would use them where applicable. One of the things they did, I think that's the one now, so we can move on to the actual exercise, is they would get on each other's backs and they would find something solid, like a wall with a shelf on a wall, and they would go like this and they would do what's called donkey kicks. Now they have machines for these now. They have machines where you can get your shoulders in and pop up like that, but they didn't used to. And so that's how Franco something, I can't remember, but Arnie and Franco, that's what they would do to work out, to try and work a muscle on their calves, because it's like if you're into bodybuilding, you've got to focus on your calves. Your squat probably isn't enough. They all have to, each individual muscle has to look gigantic. But anyway, now we're going to get into the actual exercise of this. So, if you really want to challenge yourself super hard and build up your forearms especially, is trying to go through these 4 cycles. We're going to do 4 sets. Actually, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to be realistic and just do 3. I said I'd do 2 for the home workout stuff, and I only did 1. So we are going to go do 3 cycles, minimal rest, go straight into the next one. And what the idea is, we're just going to do 10 reps, nice and slow, and then move into the next one. Try to hold on to the weight the whole time. It will burn your forearms to bits, and it'll make your grip strength really good. I have little girly hands. Well, I have big man hands and tiny girly wrists. So my grip strength is terrible. And but anyway, let's get started. So first step, you can use gravity to, go against you here. And if you lean backwards to start with, and then start applying the pressure, your arm will be more elongated, making it more difficult. And then if you start leaning forward, the same thing happens. So it's almost like you're moving your body in and around the weight rather than the other way. Because if you start off down here, this is easy. This is just like holding shopping bags. And then same again, once you get it to here, this is you balancing, and your legs are doing the work really. This is just a balancing act. So go against it. Make it so your arms are doing more work if all you have at home are light weights. And again, I know this is live, and unfortunately, even if it wasn't sunny and lovely out, I wouldn't be able to see the screen and talk to you guys. So questions will all be answered if there are any, but they'll be answered at the end, unfortunately. So let's call that 3. I haven't been keeping count. 4. And remember, don't go 4 and drop them down. The down part, when you're bodybuilding, is more important than the upswing. Concentric and eccentric. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and remember, the way down counts as well. Oh God, already I want to drop these. There's the shed I was making. As you can tell, it's made of really high quality metal. I think I'm going to get down on one knee and propose to all of you for this one, so you can kind of see the movement more. So, once you get to the top of the overhead press, a little higher shove just to get that last bit in. Try not to go down too much and do the bounce. There's nothing bad about doing the bounce, but just if you're on here to make lightweights heavier, make them harder, make the exercise harder, don't use the elasticity of your body to help you out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and these need to go down. Oh God. Oh, my hands are so weak. Running doesn't build up your hands. Okay, so next we are going into the Lat Risers. So with the Lat Risers, I'll go sideways to demonstrate this first. If your weights, this is the hardest one of the exercises to do. So if you're using the same weighted weights, you might need to bend over a little bit. Let's just get away from that window. And you might need to use a little bit of hips to bring the weights into the air. So swing in the mid, but then you can really get them to work by going slowly down, because again, I'll just explain it nice and quick. On the downward motion, your muscles work like hooks. So when they go upward motion, it's easy for them, they glide, okay? But when they come down, they rip against each other. And that's why if you can't do a pull-up, you can usually jump up and go and drop yourself slowly down. And that's called the negative. And that's where the bodybuilding stuff happens, because bodybuilding is all about ripping down muscle tissue, breaking it down, and then your body recovers and grows it back. And when they're gripping like this, they rip apart more. So slow on the way down. And that was a handy way to get a free rest period in, and none of you even noticed. Now, if you've got really strong shoulders and you want to make it super hard, what you do is you go in like a statue, like an Oscar, and nice and tight. No, oh God. No throwing the weights up. Here they get momentum. So if you just want to be strict about it and really give your shoulders, your deltoids a rough time, do that. I am not that man. I am not leading by example here. I am leading by knowledge and my dastardly good looks. 6, 7, 8. 9. Okay. So again, see what I made about the grip thing. If you want to just keep rolling on, do it. Do it to your level. If you want to do 4 sets, do it. Now, the next one is the kickbacks, but I'll just show you an alternative because you might be lifting with a kettlebell or something like that, and the angle of the kettlebell, or you might be using a resistance band and getting creative. What you can also do is, I'm just kneeling down for an example here. You can do this standing up. You can get away from that. It's mine. So you lean back and you can kick upwards. Now I prefer to piss off. So I prefer. Fuck's sake. Okay, maybe I will stand for these. So I prefer the going down ones because you can focus your muscle more on its most difficult phase, which is up here. Whereas with this, gravity is aiding you when you get to the top, so it's kind of harder. Ideally, if you can do it, is there a way to demonstrate? No. If you had a couch and you were, she's gonna make it worse. If you were leaning back and you had some sort of a, let me just jiu-jitsu her, if you had some sort of a way to have a space down there, an empty space, like on the edge of a couch, you could extend out like this and then bring them back in. Those are my favorite ones. That's how you get a really good burn on the triceps the best. So this is an alternative because my couches wouldn't really fit that. They're just not the right shape. So down and am I gonna? Alright, maybe if I use this, you might fuck off. No. Okay, I'm doing it standing. I hope these weights fall on you, you little bitch. Ruining my workout. Like and subscribe if you want a dog. Very cheap, good price. Come freshly butchered if you want. With a free weight attached to its head. Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm only joking. I'm only joking for comedic effect. 7. 8. So hold at the end. 9. 10. Okay. Just loosen it up. Try not to rest as much as possible because less rest is better for bodybuilding. If that's what you're after, less rest is better. Less is best. A little bit of rest is still good though, because what you want to be doing is between 8 to 12 reps. That's the sweet spot, according to research last time I checked, for bodybuilding. Less than that, you're doing strength. And if you're doing now 1 and 3, you're doing nerve. Above that, you're doing endurance. So you're getting into more type 1, I was going to say diabetes, type 1 fibers of muscles, which are more for like endurance athletes and that sort of thing, rowers. You'll still end up with crossover where if you do bodybuilding, you end up as a strong person. That's probably known enough. And if you are, a strong person, you usually end up with large muscles as well. But if you look at the Olympic weightlifting teams, what? The door is open. You can get in there. So shut your mouth. You shut your whore mouth. So if you look at the Olympic weightlifting teams, you can see that many of them loads of them are weight classed, and so some of them are super skinny. They're usually quite short as well, to make up for their weight. Oh God, I know I'm sexy, but don't hook me on camera. Save that for later. That's for the OnlyFans. So 2 more of these. Oh, I know I'll go back. One more. Reps for Jesus. Look up to him. Look up to the Lord and Savior. And say, I am God. Grow, motherfucker. And then look at some CT Fletcher. Get you hyped up. All you have to do is watch his videos and you get bigger. You only have to do the weights. So, back up, and we are doing the military press or the overhead press. And again, slow on the way down. Try not to use the bounce. So just trying to show a little different angle. I think the upper part of this movement doesn't get caught on the camera while she's over there and doesn't want to try and sexually assault me. There's no consent. I never gave her consent. It doesn't matter that she sleeps in my bed. So there's no pass for assumed consent. I told her I don't want her to do it. Okay, she's coming back. Three more. Last one. So count them on the way down. So that's 9. And 10. So most people in the gym, myself included, they usually, well, I'm in there for strength training. I like strength training, but a lot of people are in there to get bigger, but they actually lift the weights like someone who's strength training. So they usually go for the heaviest thing that they can handle, and they count the reps at the upper part of the movement. And you really shouldn't. You should count it on a controlled downward part of the movement. Think about reps to failure, the logic behind that. It's good logic, it works. Make sure you have a sparring partner. I can't remember, oh God, I might be the door. Friendly postman. Again, of course, all fake, all completely fake, just so I could sneak in another rest period and you didn't even notice. 1. No. 1. 2. And again, if you want to make this particular exercise harder or easier, you know, so you can get to that sort of sweet spot of 10 or 8 or 12, the way you can simply make it harder is making sure that your hands are fully extended, making it easier bending of the arms, because it makes the length difference. Much easier to be up here like this versus full sprawled out albatross. Never mind spread eagle, spreagle. If you want to look regal, don't spread like an eagle. You want to look like the man who died on the cross, you do the albatross cross. Praise his name. think 3 more. I'm wasting too much time trying to get more smiles on your face rather than keeping my good pace. Okay, and 1 more. For the final, stop rhyming, Ian, stop rhyming, you're not a rapper. You couldn't wrap a birthday present. Okay, what's the next one? Kickbacks. So, get your financial kickbacks. You calm down, Wayne. Two. And again, try not to swing them forward here because then you're swinging and you're using them kind of like clockwork. Avoid that. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And look at how I'm stopping them. I'm just letting them tap against my calves. 9. As a little marker. 10. Now the reason I'm doing that is to try and avoid that swing. Oh, that feels a lot lighter now. I'm trying to avoid that swing. So it's just, there's the marker. My arm is still engaged. The muscle is still under tension. And then back up they go. And remember, at this point, try and swing them. Use a bit of momentum. Try and swing them up. Don't use the momentum all the way from down here though. So bring them up, and then once you get to about this point, get that last little bit in. Now, next, last time for me, into the 3rd set of the bicep curls. Dylan, you son of a bitch. I kind of think of this as the waiter move, because it's kind of like you're holding a plate and you're trying to balance it, and you know the way you wouldn't move a plate up and down so much as you would move your body around a plate as you were trying to put it down, serve people. Oh. 7. 8. 9. 10. And I'm not strong enough to keep going all the way through the set. But remember, don't rest too much. Not your friend. Oh, no. 1. And every time you restart from the 1, no matter how many times I do this, it's like, it's so different to strength training because you, this is easy to handle. I'm gonna breeze through this. That's probably why I prefer strength training, because this is just agony. And it's not about finishing your 5th rep, it's about just tolerating it. It's about how much can you tolerate. Because the more reps you do on this, with the time on attention thing, it's usually the better. As long as they're heavy enough and they hit that sweet spot. So I'll just get this at the side while she's still away. And I'm going to switch the knees because if I'm going to fall, away from the window. 2 more. Not this one, no. So this is 9 and 10. Okay. And actually thinking about it, if anyone wants to ask questions, that'll be answered once this muscle thing is finished. And there's a break. We always take a break before we move on to the Tabata training. So I'll come over and I'll answer some questions now if there's any. Probably not. This is still early stages, testing stages. So, last one of the lateral rises. 1. And I hear my shoulder crunch while I do that, so I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this because I have, you might be able to see my collarbones, one of them is higher because it was dislocated a couple of years ago. And while that crunch isn't sore, I'm a 31-year-old now. I have to start listening to when it says I might be in pain, even though I'm not showing it. Yeah, it's that swinging motion that makes it do it. Alright. I might need to cut these out because this is how I blew my knee. I was teaching a fitness class. My knee started crunching, not popping. It pops all the time and that's fine. It's normal for it, but it started crunching. And I didn't stop what I was doing, I just changed what I was doing a little. Okay, I'm gonna call that. Because I need to practice what I preach there. I don't like that sound, I don't like that feeling. It's not painful, probably isn't anything, but it's not worth the risk. You're already working your shoulder when you're doing that. Okay, kickbacks. Last one, and then I'm gonna take a water break. 1. No, wait. 1. So back, touch the calf, up, 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 and kick. And try to hold it. 3, up, 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 kick. Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 8. 9. Last one. Hold. Whoo. So I'm not gonna tense up or anything because I wasn't tensing at the start, but I should have mentioned this just to kind of show how effective that exercise is with little weights. You can probably see that the blood has flowed in around my arms and it's gotten bigger, so that's what the pump is called. I can definitely feel it, more so in my triceps than anything else, but if you really want to compare and see that it is a good workout with only little weights, little light weights, you can sort of see the difference in body size. Or if you just want to masturbate about it, Okay. So now, how am I gonna? This will probably be a terrible idea changing the angle. Are there any questions? No. Hey, fuck off, it's my water, little bitch. Okay, that'll be a final angle. Is that camera awful? Oh yeah, it is. Just as well, there's the other one. I don't think I'll need these. So, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And you have to be, no. Ah, oh, camera angle didn't get it. It's the slickest thing I've done all hour. So again, you've got to be doing maximum effort. So you couldn't do it, if you were skilled and you could do double unders, you could probably do it with skipping rope, but if you're doing it on your high knees, you just got to go as fast as possible. You might not even be able to work hard enough from 1 second to go straight away. It might take you some time to get tired, and that is not what we're after. We're after 100% effort straight away. So I know mountain climbers work for this. A thing that the science was based off was a static bike. So a static bike is just a bike that doesn't move, so it's an exercise bike. You put it up to a very high, medium to high level, so that moving your legs is hard but doable. And so you wait, as soon as it goes straight away, maximum effort. So you should start off fast and then teeter down, because that's what max effort should look like, and then 10 seconds of rest. It is grim. It is absolutely grim. I fucking hate it. But look up horizon.com, the truth about exercise. I looked up some Horizon episodes recently and I wasn't able to see that one. I saw the one on fasting, which is still up there. You can still watch that. So you might need to go on some dodgy websites, not advised by me, but Flixer is one. I've never seen it or heard about it, but Donald Trump was speaking about it. But yeah, you go on there and you look at the truth about exercise, and you can find out. It's a great documentary, but also one of the main things it focuses on is the Tabata training. So, I'm gonna wait 20 seconds, and then I'm just gonna get straight in. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put my shoes on and I'm gonna roll up my mat, because when you're doing the fast feet, I find that on these sort of yoga mats that it can rip them up a little bit. Same with barefoot on carpet, does the same thing. You can end up burning your feet a bit because of the, what would you call it? I don't know, just that sort of sandpaper effect. So barefoot on some and shoes on others. Okay, I'm run this for my dog. So starting in, and I'll just wait for the minute. I'll go to the 30 seconds unless you see we have this right. So that's the one. Kinky, alright, now she's got to go in for this. I'm not. Go on. So you might hear her screaming. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So I was counting one knee in, I did 26. So it should be lower than that every single time. There she goes. And second one, go. Great. Oh, I missed this. I missed this. And 3, 2, 1, go. Getting a cramp now. And again, halfway point. So, trading the one right way. Three more. Oh, Jesus Christ. Two more. One, two, three. Last one. Christ. Fuck. That's it. Oh, Kinky, shut up, you didn't do it. Shut up! God, she's so annoying when she's needy. She's worse than them kids. I'm surrounded by screaming idiots, left, right, and center. And hopefully you're one of those screaming idiots, like the fans of the Beatles back in the 60s, and they used to kill each other with how happy they were with what they were watching. So if you enjoyed what you saw, tell your mates, hey, there's free fitness classes there from home. He's doing them all for charity because he has cancer himself. blah, 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 blah. I know, you wouldn't think he has cancer. I don't either. Good God, he's so handsome. He's too handsome to die early. But it is going to happen. That is what's going to be the case. But hopefully I'll be able to break a marathon record, 2 marathon records before that happens. And so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to boost the channel by putting out stuff that everybody likes. Everybody likes fitness. Most people are denied it at the moment with COVID, and here's how you can get through it. And again, every time I do a new episode, I'm going to increase how heavy the weights are, how expensive the equipment is, and that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to cycle around and go back to zero equipment. And I forgot to be talking into this camera as well. There's 2 cameras here. But anyway, that's the end of it all. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I mean, it's YouTube. You know how to boost a YouTube channel at this stage. So, if I can find it, I'll try and post in that the Horizon documentary, The Truth About Exercise. But if I can't, well, you try and find it. I'm not going to be posting anything illegal on YouTube. I'm smart enough for that. I'm not smart enough for a lot of things, but that's one of them. And yeah, if you want to see my face while I'm talking during the other period, go to the live version of it. I think they both go online.